I'm about to show you the true potential of Paradox Pokemon. Game Freak knocked it out of the park when they decided to bring new forms to these existing Pokemon, but instead of just a temporary change to Pokemon like Mega Evolution or Gigantamaxing, they took it to the next level and borrowed a page from the regional form handbook. New species of established Pokemon that exist in the past or the future. Odd naming aside, these new Paradox forms are a fantastic idea. In my opinion, Scarlet and past forms are a clear winner in terms of overall design and theme. They sport unique features and names that encapsulate what truly make them feel like they're from the past. Violet and future form Pokemon, however, feel too robotic. They really just slapped on the name Iron and made them all metal and called it a day. Now, I've been Team Violet since day one. I've always loved the design of Miraidon over Koraidon, its eyes, the way it glides when traveling, the overall typing, but this just feels like the current pinnacle for future Paradox Pokemon. However, we do know about some DLC Paradox Pokemon coming soon. The past Paradox of Legendary Suicune and the future Legendary Virizion. So it's established that more of these Paradox Pokemon will be coming. I asked myself, could there be better versions of Paradox Pokemon? And which Pokemon would deserve the Paradox treatment? What I found was a ton of people had the same questions, and I fell into a deep rabbit hole of fan-designed Paradox Pokemon. So here are some of the best ones I found. These artists put in a ton of work and even provide compelling backstory to their designs, so please go show them some love after this video. To redeem some of these less than stellar future Paradox Pokemon, let's start with my favorite future forms. First up, we have a Pikachu-inspired Digital Spark from artist Sparks23 on Instagram. This Pokemon is electric normal typing. They don't add much background here, but I love that they encapsulated the futuristic feel without relying heavily on the metal look. The Pikachu likeness is of course there, but it feels like its own Pokemon in the way that it's fragmented, and I want to learn more about it. I can picture this Pokemon glitching around in the wild similar to Rotom, or Rotom, as I'm told it's said. Next, we have Iron Blast, a psychic dark-type Pokemon based on Mewtwo from artist Elavesta076. They describe their creation as being based on armored Mewtwo and possessing a psychic plasma cannon formed at the end of its arm. I immediately thought of Armor Mewtwo when I first saw this and fell in love with the plasma design. They found a good balance of metal and psychic type elements here. I need this Paradox Mewtwo in game ASAP. Okay, now for a Pokemon I never would have expected to get a Paradox form, Shiinotic. This is Iron Saucer, the electric grass Pokemon from artist Goompy. Now, this artist always delivers these Paradox creation on a magazine cover, which is such a fun concept. Just look at these extra taglines on the cover of the alien-themed Pokemon's magazine. 5G made my wife leave me, and Flat Torterra Theory. These really made my day. I love the color choices for this one and how the artist used the mushroom shape to make this into a spaceship. And the best part, the dead-eyed smile from the digital display. To wrap up the future forms, we have Iron Shroud, the flying ghost type by artist Bromo Jumbo. This is giving Iron Man. It's giving Deathlock. I love this. The artist further details. In the skies within Area Zero, we observe a monster flying around at ludicrous speeds. Its ability to mask its presence as it soared overhead made us doubt its mere existence at first. It wasn't until we got a close inspection of this creature that we were able to witness its terror as it began launching projectiles at us in all directions. Wow, this thing sounds fierce. If it was in the game, it would be an instant add to my team. Not to mention the color palette they chose, keeping it close to the original Dragapult is just chef's kiss. Oh, also, while we're on the subject, why don't you chef's kiss that like and subscribe button? Now that these future Paradox Mons have had some redemption, let's see what these artists cooked up with the past Paradox forms. Starting with the Charizard-inspired Fire and Dragon type Burning Worm by artist Bulby Boy. You know, I had to throw in a Charizard. An icon finally gets the typing it deserves, and not in a temporary form. This design takes from an ancient Chinese dragon with no wings, remaining flightless. With its long necks, Burning Worm gets to be 9 foot 10 inches in height and 407 pounds. That's a big boy. Bulby knocked it out of the park, and I'm a huge fan of the choice to use the teal colored flames to keep some of Charizard's original color from his wings. And while we're here, let's look at another from Bulby Boy. This is Venom Crest, the grass and poison type Pokemon inspired by Sceptile. Now, let's address the dinosaur in the room. This thing looks incredibly like a Dilophosaurus, and that was his intention, but that's why I love it so much. As many of you know, this is the Spitter dinosaur from Jurassic Park, so the poison typing is spot on, or should I say spit on. The nostalgia is twofold with this one. Aside from that, the design is flawless. This Paradox Pokemon looks so different, but so similar to Sceptile that it makes me wish it were real. Keeping with the poison theme, we have Foul Belch, a normal poison type by artist Elris and Moore, inspired by Lickitung. Now, this design is spectacular. I can literally smell its breath by looking at the picture. It takes Lickitung's plain design and really gives it a personality that doesn't lose its most iconic feature, the tongue. The name gets me every time, and the primeval details on its body and fangs make it clear that it's a caveman, or really pertaining to that Paradox theme, which just really works. Just don't share a meal with this one. And finally, we have a Venusaur inspired Savage Sail, the grass rock type Pokemon by Elite Four and Tubbs AZ. Another dinosaur design. What can I say? I love me some dinosaurs, but just look at this thing. This is an absolute unit. Okay, we have 2 times weakness to 4 different types. That isn't great, but it's nothing that Venusaur isn't used to. Just seeing the plant back folded like a sail is such a smart idea. 10 out of 10 would catch immediately. Game Freak really has a great foundation and limitless possibilities with Paradox Pokemon. I hope they explore this more. We know they added new regional forms in DLC in the past, and we have evidence of new legendary Paradox Pokemon in the works, but adding some more variety to the designs would be huge. There are a ton more, but I'll limit myself to these 8. Shout out to the brilliant artists who have all been linked in the description below. Make sure to go check them out. Please make sure to hit that like button on the way out, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when my next video is posted. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.